Well, I actually had questions. So when I started to go for Bandagi, for Batutiya, I was distracted by the bowl because you're not familiar with the sound of the bowl. So I was doing tasbih and bowl. But but in the Farman today, I said just keep saying the one word, the bowl.
Yeah.
Don't say anything else, right? So it's hard to focus because then distractions come in when you. So that's one thing. And then the second thing is that hopefully this will bring you a spiritual light, peace, and then don't talk about that to anybody. So I understand you don't talk about it, but I would want to know what it is or what to look for.
No. So the Imam says, nobody has to explain that to you. Once you have it, you will know it. So it's not something, it is so abstract that it can't be put into words. The Mullah tells you in his Farman, it says, there is no way to describe it. You're trying to describe something that
you cannot describe what you achieve. But she wants what it is
To look for.
Yeah. What is she
So she's saying, I need help understanding how do I focus on my bowl.
Yeah. Her question is
So-
different.
That's what she was. That's what I
So, can I ask you a couple of questions?
Yeah.
And you don't have to answer.
Okay.
When you went for ball, didn't they practice with you? They did? The pronunciation of it.
Yeah.
Did they tell you the meaning of it?
Yes.
They did, right? Both. The practice bhi kara, pronunciation and meaning bataya. If Arabic part is too hard, then there are audios you can listen on your own. When you are by yourself, go to that word, listen to that audio, and listen all day long. खाली कान में लगा के खामोशी थे. Don't share with anybody. With you. प्रैक्टिस हो जाएंगी. ठीक है? अगर कोई आसान वर्ड है, यानी कि वर्ड आसान है लेकिन it's hard for you to recite constantly, then what you do is, let's say कि बॉल जो है ना वो याली है. ठीक है? It's आसान but it's hard to concentrate because याली हम इतना बोलते हैं कि we don't even give a second thought anymore. Let's say कि ये प्रॉब्लम है. The way to do इबादत is कि आपका जो बोल है ना वो आप किस तरह से बोल रहे हैं. And they don't teach you that when you go to that. Yeah. So let's just take a word याली. तस्वीर में जब हम याली याली बोलते हैं तो हम बोलते हैं याली 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 याली. इबादत में इस तरह नहीं बोलना होता है याली. इबादत में कैसा बोलना होता है?
Just a thought.
Remember, there are steps. जहाँ आप बोलते हैं just a thought, वो तो third stage की बात कर रहे हैं. So if you are on third stage, yeah, that's perfect. But I'm talking about हम जैसे गरीब लोगों के लिए जो नीचे से शुरू कर रहे हैं. याली 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 याली. Practice, count. हर चीज practice है. So let's say your ball is Ali. First you're going to do, when you are by yourself, you're going to loudly say it and count. If you cannot say that 100 times in a minute, you need to raise your speed. 100 मरतबा कम से कम. If you can do 120, bingo, you got it. ये स्पीड है बोल बोलने की. कभी on the first level, पहले लेवल पर. Because we just received the ball, that's how we are going to practice. And she already shared the lecture with you, I believe. On that. She just did. ठीक है? Okay. क्यों इतना स्पीड से करना की जरूरत है? Let's say that you get up from work at midnight and there's no other car in parking lot. From your building to your parking, how fast are you going to be walking? Right? And then if you go into a mall, how slow do you walk? There's no fear. आप आराम से हैं. Because there is a fear of shaitan or waswase or the thoughts going to attack you. Treat them like a thief who's running behind you. And run. That's how fast we have to run. Think of that. Practice. Like you have to practice this during the daytime. You can apply that during the night time. You cannot say that 4 o'clock then start the practice. You have to practice earlier. Exam है ना? Practice during the daytime. So you can take the exam at night time. ठीक है? अगर इतना छोटा वर्ड है, लेट्स से कि ये इसमें आज़म आपका थोड़ा बड़ा है, इट्स नॉट जस्ट वन वर्ड अली, इट्स बिगर,
या अली या मोहम्मद
या अल वाहिदुल कहार,
सुभान अल्लाह।
इतना बड़ा कोई इसमें आज़म है. So you may not be able to do 100 or 120 times because it is a bigger Islam. See if you can do it 60 times. But whatever the maximum you can take. And if I understand correctly, and if this is your first ball, you don't need to tell me anything. If this is your first ball, Mullah normally gives one single word, easy word, and because it's easy, sometimes it's hard to concentrate, if I understand this correctly. So you should be able to bring that up to 100 to 120. Try that for 7 days.
And you say without thinking of the meaning.
Yeah, just remember first practice. जो अपन को बचपन में सिखाते हैं ना, एक और ए एप्पल बाद में आएगा, पहले खाली ए, उसके ऊपर ए. The word, वो चिस्पान को क्या बोलेंगे?
It has to become one with you, like
One with you.
without you saying, you're saying it. But see, when I say that, I do not mean the way we would hear monks and especially Hindu people, because we hear
Mantra,
things,
yeah.
mantra.
Yeah.
That's not what I mean. So in the beginning, when we are saying this zikr, Isma Azam, we have to do it so fast that there is no gap of even your breath, that you don't even know when you're breathing. It's so fast. It's so fast. Because you need to get one with that word. And to practice it so much so that it is kind of pasted on your heart.
Pasted.
It's pasted in your heart. So it's in such a speed. That's the first level. It's so interesting when people hear different things. I recall somebody saying it to me, it's too much pressure, I can't do it. It makes me anxious, what you're telling me to do. So I like that what I heard this Hindu, they could, and then they relate to this Ginan, Swas. But you know what, that's a later stage. We are just trying to take first step in our Isma Azam. We just started this practice. You'll get there, but first we need to do that. Because if you do Saas, what will happen? I'm sleeping, I wouldn't even realize it. Because I'm so relaxed, so comfortable. Right? I have not even conquered my ability to wake up and sit straight and do bandagi. So that will come, but eventually. So second would be?
Right. So वो word जो है ना वो चिस्पान होना चाहिए, पेस्ट हो जाना चाहिए आपके, copy and paste. And that's it. Meaning, whenever you look inside yourself, you will see that word. So you do that for 7 days. Then you be your judge. Okay, अभी मैं कहाँ पर हूँ? Do I need to do it for another 7 days? Or have I conquered it? If you say yes, you have conquered it, take the next step. वो क्या होगा? थोड़ी सी स्पीड कम होगी. अब you can concentrate on the meaning of it. ठीक है ना? Again, मैं बड़ा इसमें आज़म की बात करता हूँ. अल वाहिदुल कहार. अगर मेरे को इसका मतलब ही पता नहीं है, तो मैं कितना भी अल वाहिदुल कहार बोलूँ, वो खाली प्रैक्टिस ही होगी. इसकी मीनिंग नहीं बनेगी, एप्पल नहीं बनेगा, एक एप्पल नहीं बनेगा, वो खाली ए ही रहेगा वो. Right? So now you need to know how to use that A into word apple. ठीक है? अल वाहिदुल कहार. Alright, so look it up. आज हम लोग ब्यूटीफुल ज़माने में रहते हैं, गूगल के ज़माने में. Look up the meaning. Don't look up just one meaning. Look up multiple meaning. And see which one is correct. And sometimes there is a clever way of finding it out, the true meaning within us, without saying कि ये मेरा इसमें आदम है, मेरे को इसकी meaning बताओ. Right? So, I'm going to give you an example. एक gentleman आया, ये कहाँ पढ़ता है?
ये यहीं पर,
यहीं पर, इसी घर में. He had no other question, and there was the only time he came. He never returned back.
Yeah.
Only worry that was eating him up, he had forgotten this Isma Azam.
How do
अभी
you?
मार्च में लिया है, because he didn't practice for whatever months, he forgot. Now he has double-minded कि ये word था कि ये word था,
Doubt maybe.
because there are so many similar words. By knowing that it is one of the name of the 99 names, so we told him, I said, we cannot tell you what is Ismi Azam. I don't want to know what do you think your Ismi Azam is. I don't want to know that. So that's what we're going to do.
You went through 99 names?
We're going to just read. When you get to it, don't say anything.
Yeah.
You look at your Quran, we're going to look at our Quran. You look at your Google, उसके ऊपर phone में हम लोग अपने phone में देखेंगे. Just remember the number. When you go home, you practice. Don't say anything. Don't stop us. So उसको पढ़ना शुरू किया. पहली मर्तबा पूरा पढ़ लिया. He said, I couldn't catch. So
I said with
ये
him,
हमारा,
yeah.
how about we go
10.
all slow.
Yeah.
एक word. या रहमान, या रहीम, या गफ्फार, या जब्बार, या वादूद. And finally, before he even said anything, he got it. He got it. उसको मिल गया उसमें. He noted mentally किसका number क्या है. Right? He got it. And he was so happy. I mean, it's amazing. I don't think he was that happy when he received this message. Because, he was so worried. Can you imagine? He must be eating him away, right?
And then it was not only the word but the pronunciation. It's Arabic, and he's like, "मैं typical Khoja Kathiawadi banda. How do I even say this? And how do I know if I'm saying it right? Because I'm so scared. It's such a huge word. How do I practice?" And then it was very easy that we.
Did you also share the audio with him after that?
Yeah, I did.
All the names?
Yeah.
So he can catch the one name and get the pronunciation of it.
Yeah. So
Hazimam, when he gave Ismi Azam in March, he explained the meaning of the BOL, like the word itself. So there's no, you don't need to look it up. You got it from your murshid.
Yeah.
But
if pronunciation ki zarurat hai, then go online.
Oh my God, he repeated it.
Normally that's the case.
14 minutes, I think 7 minutes, he just made us repeat.
Yeah, normally that's the case. He wanted to make sure that we all understand. Then he will leave the instruction with the ALWAAZ, and they will come to you and they will practice with you.
That's exactly what happened.
ठीक है? So most problem क्या होता है कभी कभार कि वो छोटा word होने की वजह से हम उस पर इतना concentrate नहीं कर सकते. And that's the normal case, if I understand it correctly. So first step, repetition. Second step, meaning. और meaning भी true understand जो मौलाना ने आपको दी है उसका क्या मायने है. And I'm going to take this example because that's the easiest example I can explain. Al-Wahidul Qahar. ठीक है? इसमें दो है. Al-Wahid, Qahar. Al-Wahid, one. Qahar, जबरदस्ती. Forcefully. अब इसको अगर मैं ऐसे नॉर्मल वे में लेता हूँ, एक जबरदस्ती. Doesn't make sense.
यानी खुदा जबरदस्ती करने वाला, वो एक है जबरदस्ती करने वाला. Doesn't make sense.
ठीक है ना? तो he's one, Al-Wahid, and he's forceful. Okay. Now how do we know the true meaning of this? कि ना सिर्फ वो he's one, but he wants to make us one with him with the force. So when we recite this Ismi Azam, if this was our Ismi Azam, Al-Wahidul Qahar. So what we are saying? I'm giving you my free will, Mawla. Make me one with you forcefully. Because I cannot do it. You do it.
So if you get to the next stage, right? So you recall the meaning. So then you're leaving. So then every time you state the Arabic word in your mind, you're recalling the meaning.
That's it. So आपकी स्पीड कम हो जाएगी थोड़ी.
Right, because there's two-step process. Yeah.
Right. तो एक खाली back of your head होगा meaning, and you will be saying that Ismi Azam. This will be back of your head. लेकिन when you do that, the second part, you should be able to feel some happiness and warmth in your heart. Because now you are calling on him to do something for you.
डिपेंडेंसी तुम्हारी बढ़ जाएगी उस तरफ ना. हाँ. Every day तुम्हारी डिपेंडेंसी उस तरफ बढ़ रही है कि मैं तुम पे डिपेंड करना तो तुम फोर्स करके मेरे को एक कर रहे हो.
So what you're saying? I have no right to this. Right. I'm going to leave this to you. You're submitting your free will by repeating that word and the meaning in the back. Right? That's the second step. बहुत आगे जाकर, let's say 7 days के बाद, ठीक है? Again 7 days के बाद, you're going to gauge yourself. Where am I? Again, if you need to go back to the first one, don't be ashamed. It's okay. Go back to the first one again. Because sometimes we don't perfect that first one and think we are okay. We come to second and thoughts start to bombardment हो गई. Go back to first one. You repeat that as many times you need. हर आदमी अपना अपना तरीके से करता है. Whatever you need, quietly you do it yourself. And then whenever you need any guidance on anything, आप क्या बोलते हैं, रुमाल के अंदर बांध कर वो क्वेश्चन को डालें without saying anything.
Ask it indirectly, right?
Indirectly, ask. And or just ask her to share some lectures with you. जो generic lectures है इबादत के बारे में. What does it require to have a good ibadat? And there are at least, I don't know, dozen lectures.
Yeah.
बोल के बारे में है, इबादत के बारे में है. Indirectly, if you don't get your answer on those, and I will seriously doubt it. I think we have covered every single question. But if there's a unique question, ask
Please bring it.
generically. Or just text her. Don't say about the bowl. कि ऐसा कुछ है तो क्या करूँ मैं? And then
The more you ask, the better it is, because I have so much material. One thing which today in Farman, Mola said that I not only bless you that you have your, you become successful, but you renew it. Now, one of the meaning of renewing it is, he just mentioned it. Whenever we have difficulty in our life, like we are overwhelmed with some worldly difficulty, we come down from our track, right? So we renew in a way that we start again the practice of doing it very fast. Because whatever happened in our physical life, it's invading our ibadat time. So again you go back and say it with such a speed because you just can't focus. So you go to the speed. Again you kind of paste it in your heart, and then next step would come to the meaning. So that's one meaning of renew. And this process keeps going on and on, because it's life. Every day is a new day kind of. One way of increasing the speed, one of my teachers used to say that it's such a small word, Ya Ali. If you were to sit down and say it for 10,000 times, I dare you, why would not it become, without you thinking, you'll say that word? She would say that like that. So it's like, if it's Ya Ali, let me sit down and say it 10,000 times with speed. That word will become one with you. Like you move and you're saying it Ya Ali. You wake up from sleep, you're saying Ya Ali. You don't even realize you're saying it Ya Ali. Meaning that you have said it enough times that without your thought, without thinking, you're saying the word.
It becomes a part of your subconscious.
Yes.
Right?
So when it becomes like that, then it's easy to think of the meaning. Then that's a second stage. But you constantly keep on going through that process. Inshallah ta'ala, Mola says in 3 months. Our peers have said, Sata Shabad Guru Hamara, he says, teen mas rasna beach raya. He says 3 months I focused on this bowl, and then he starts seeing the things that he talks about. Brahm Sukaya. Brahm in Iman, with etiqad, yaqeen, firm belief ke saath. I said this name for 3 months, and then he keeps on talking about the miracles he witnesses in this journey. Sultan Muhammad Shah has said, it can take you 40 days. At another place he says, it can take you 3 days. 3 days? 40 days? My God, how many days we've been doing it? Shame on us. So, it's just because we are very weak. Huh?
There was no internet or TV, that's why.
I very humbly say that I don't agree.
लेकिन अगर गूगल नहीं होता तो मीनिंग कहाँ से ढूंढते?
So you look at it as this way, that this today, because of the internet, it is so easy to get knowledge. How easy it is! You asked a question, I was able to send it to you. The whole ibadat ka folder, right? And you can listen to it. So internet,
you share entire folder.
The entire folder. Yes. Yeah, why not? Because if you want to learn, why not? So it's my choice to use internet. Like the day before yesterday, where we went in for class. If you're constantly sitting on Facebook and reading whatever is coming on that, it's good, share. Good, share. That's one way of using internet, and then this is internet. I send lectures, no reply. Heard or not heard, So, it's your choice. So I say that this technology development, whatever is happening, it's happening because of the blessing of this time. As Sultan Marsha said, this is the Akhir Zamana. And it is full of miracles for those who have Iman in their heart. Otherwise, people will witness the miracles, but they won't believe in it. So if you were to ask me, internet technology is a miracle of Ali Allah for this time. If we were to know how to use it. This miracle has only happened for Mu'mineen to elevate themselves. In older times, if you talk about our grandparents, our parents, they did not have knowledge. They believed in religion with blind faith. And today what we are doing, we want to go a step ahead. I don't want blind faith because what? Why? Because we got worldly education. So now our mind can comprehend, think and ask logical questions. Why am I doing this? Why should I do this? I don't want to do it. Tell me why. Then I'll do it. So our worldly education has helped us to ask questions, to move further from the blind faith, and that's how this technology came to help us. It is for us to take advantage of, But of course we have free will to choose from this or that.
1977, you'll be handing me a tape, right?
Or recently tapes, CDs, yeah.
Your first step, you said about repeating the word. It is also in the Surah ALWAAZ.
Yes,
exactly.
beautiful,
The
beautiful.
whole surah is that if anybody is at the first step, this is exactly the Surah ALWAAZ is telling us how to do the practice of this.